jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started off.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Jake Camarda, set to do the honors, and off we go now from Tampa. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Ready.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
It's a great run because everyone is in separate. This is that game. Leverage, athleticism, that creates a nice space for him.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away in the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's got room. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Right back to him on first down. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Second down, back to Sanders. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Scott with it again on second. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now whistles come. A timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of guy to take it to play defensive back in there like that. You want to be the only defender, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards. And they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Being chased out left.
Hurts fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
We're scoreless after 1.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
In his own end zone, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, the jet sweep. This is Godwin. Breaks the tackle. Now Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll go for it. It's Brady.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Given 3 yards and needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that play.
No doubt about it. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Hurts will throw.
And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they get the score with the clock at all zeros. Now, are they gutsy here in the second quarter and go for two?
I think they go ahead and kick the ball through the post. Down one at that stage. Yeah, I know. No guts, no glory, right? But I think they kick it through the post. They'll feel like they're tied. They'll feel like it's an even game.
It's caught at the one. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play. And two more for good measure. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Oh, it looked like the Eagles got this back. Yes, Philadelphia football. Now Scott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go again with Scott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Hurts. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give running right is Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. They get the 2, and they double them up now at 16-8. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the gut, Fournette. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Again, it's Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Two things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Brady going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Scott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the carry, this is Scott. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll run with Scott. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Another run with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
On 2nd down now, it's Scott. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but right from the spot, so no good. So 3rd and 1. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Scott. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Scott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing a line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking much just pounded in there.
Holding the 3 to keep this a one-score game. They lost 2 and it's 3rd down. It's going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. He'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. To throw is Brady. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
It's third down.
That was not what you would call a straight line from center. No longer can make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the blocker on the outside. And he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Pick it up.
Looking to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds. They've been trying to step that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, it's Scott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 132 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it. Because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, prodding, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Like you alluded to, especially especially this part of the field. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. He goes 8 yards on the touchdown run. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Well, this was a good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping for the miracle there on the onside kick. Couldn't get it recovered, and that was your ball game.
And I'm of the opinion that any time you actually do recover an onside kick, it almost is a miracle. It takes so many things going right to make it happen. It didn't in this case, and they walk off a victor.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
On the race.
Boston Scott, his first carry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Scott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll look to throw here.
Out route pass complete to Goddard.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts gets this to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says.
They'll try and throw for it. It's caught. And it's 8-0.
So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
So an onside kick fail in the 1st quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
37 yards.
And the Ravens have cut the lead back down to 2.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, so they take just the 1 here, and it makes it an 8-7 game in the 1st. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Okay, this could be it. This could be it. This could be the turning point. Let's go.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And he turned it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictable, somewhat predictable. It doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. And he will be out of bounds here. And that'll turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely from 13 yards out. And the Ravens have moved out in front. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone.
Tucker on the extra point. And this is a 15-8 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the left side with Gainwell. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now again, a run with Gainwell. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Hey, check that, street.
Now Scott.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Right back to him on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Come on. Hey, three.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They go again with Scott. 101 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Touchdown, Eagles!
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. They'll turn to Sanders, and he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, 35 yards. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Running right. This is Gainwell.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Coming left is Gainwell.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll go again with Sanders.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's...
That is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
I know the natural instinct is to kick the extra point there and tie the game. But here in this spot, at this point of the game, is there another coach maybe weighing in with what to do here?
Well, I think that analytics are starting to say, with it being from the 2, that you're going for 2 more often. That makes sense. But there, I still like going for 1, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's my first instinct, but I'm understanding how the game is starting to change. And we're getting a number of these quarterbacks who are telling their coaches, we should go for 2 all the time. I want to see if we ever get a team that actually starts to do that.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here is going to look to throw.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
But first down, Hurts.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, Jackson, incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point. Lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On the carry, this is Scott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
From the 45 on second down, Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And he's brought down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Sanders.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Hurts will throw.
And he will get into the end zone, and the two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So time here for the onside kick and then the 2-minute warning. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Here's Jackson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to perhaps salt this one away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing now is Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker under the pads on the extra play. That could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go. Back 60.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Finding Watkins. And they were